Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Friday today. And all you drivers, my fellow drivers, I hope you're making plenty of money today. Okay, so new drivers and future drivers. Today, I want to talk to you all about dealing with vindictive riders. Okay? And the actions of vindictive riders that can become detriment to your account. Okay? As a driver on the Lyft platform. So vindictive riders are all types of people, you know. They don't have to be a certain color, certain shape, certain size, age range. You know, vindictive people are vindictive people. These are people that want to be spiteful, you know, do things to harm you. As retaliation to something that you done as a driver that they didn't like, you know, mainly something that you tell them that you can't do. So some examples of why riders become vindictive is, okay, so you get a call and you go and you pick someone up from the hospital. Okay. Now, the ride that you have when you pick them up at the hospital is to pick them up at the hospital and to take them to their address that's on the that's on your Lyft app. Okay. The pickup is the hospital. The drop off is an address that's attached to the trip. Now, there's no stop in between that has been added to the fare or anything. So when you pick that individual up, they get in the vehicle, they say, hey, I need to stop by the drugstore on the way to my home, okay, or on the way to where I'm living at. So you open the trip up and you look and see that is not and stop added, okay? So you said, well, ma'am or sir, there's not a stop added in this trip. Well, I'm just gonna be a few minutes to get my medicine and I'll be right back out. Okay, that is not for you. On the added stop, you can't do that. It's not in the trip cost. It's not added, okay? These people that you pick up from these hospitals and things, majority of the time they have Medicaid. Medicaid recipients get Lyft drivers and transportation services mixed up all the time. So the things that a transportation service can do, a Lyft driver can't. Transportation services get paid handsomely to do certain things that the rider needs done, because everything that the rider needs done is recorded and they are compensated for it. Lyft drivers are unable to do that. Okay? When we get a trip, we go there to pick the person up, and then you slide pick up, and then you go en route to the address that's on the account. No stopping in between, none of that. This is a business, okay? You're not getting paid to make a stop at the drugstore. 9 to my 10, anybody that goes to a drugstore to get medication is going to wait. You're going to be stuck there waiting for someone at the drugstore waiting to get their medication when you could be out here making money. You're not going to get paid for that. So my advice is you tell them, excuse me, sir or ma'am, but this trip does not have an added stop. And I can't take you to the drugstore, but I can take you to the address that's on this account and drop you off, you know. Oh, well, the other rider did it, this, that, and that. Said, with all due respect, ma'am, I have nothing to do with what another rider done. Okay, I'm not going to do that. So then the rider becomes vindictive because they're agitated now, okay? because they're sitting back trying to figure out why you won't take them to the drugstore when you're just a Lyft, okay? You're a Lyft driver. You get paid cents per mile to take them from the hospital to whatever address that is. Not to stop at a drugstore and wait on them. That's not an added stop. Medicaid don't pay for those, okay? You're not the transportation services that's contracted through logistic care and things of that nature. You are a Lyft driver that's independent, okay? They get cents per mile, okay? Per trip. So, no, you cannot stop no one at the drugstore and wait on them to get their medication because you're not getting paid for that. So, the rider gets vindictive, agitated, okay? You drop them off. They get in the house, they grab their phone. They want to get back at you. What they do? Hey, he was speeding all the way here. Okay? They report you. Hey, the rider was disrespectful. The driver was disrespectful and nasty to me. Yes, the driver threatened me. The driver smelled like alcohol. Heard all kind of false accusations towards you on the app to retaliate against you and be vindictive. We are on this platform, the drivers are open sesame. There's nothing to protect us. Okay. Now, I know that some of you people are going to look at this video. Some of you are Lyft gurus and Uber drivers from 1,000 years or whatever, for however long they've been around. And what y'all going to say was, just put a camera in your car. Let me tell you something. The majority of the people, new drivers that start driving on the Lyft platform, they don't have the money to invest in a camera, okay? The reason why they join Lyft platform to drive is so that they can make some extra money for whatever financial purposes that they need those extra funds for. It's my duty and it's my goal to take the knowledge that I have acquired through driving on a daily basis for 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, okay? And transport that and transfer that to the new and future drivers that may need to join Lyft to drive on the platform, okay? These are things that goes on with all drivers, no matter where you are. This is going to happen. And it's my goal to bring you the in-depth, actual situations that's going to happen to you inside this vehicle. No, I'm not going to do any ride-alongs because that's disrespectful and against the privacy of the riders, okay? I'm going to give it to you verbatim, detail by detail. When you get out here and start driving, you're going to say, he's right, right? Because I know, because I go through it every day. I've been going through it for a very long time. And I didn't have no one to tell me, okay, about what was going to actually happen inside the vehicle. So that's why I'm bringing this to you all, okay, as truthful as possible. That's why my name is Rideshare RealTalk. We're going to talk real, okay? So back to the vindictive rider. So once that rider placed those false accusations on your account, immediately within 30 minutes of Lyft getting that accusation in their system, they immediately put your account in block. So you go to try to get the next ride, and it tells you that your account is in block. Okay? Then you get an email or a text message. And in the email or the text message, just tell you that your account has been blocked because an accusation has been filed against you. A complaint has been filed against you. So in that in that email or that text message, they tell you what it is. Okay? You're saying to yourself, well, what? I didn't do any of this. What are these people talking about? Okay, you're trying to figure out with all of the riders that you picked up that day, who could have possibly did that? So the only thing you can think of is that it had to come from the rider that you told that you couldn't take to the drugstore, okay? Or wherever it came from. Only thing you have to do is to defend yourself. Now, when that email pop up and gives you an opportunity to defend yourself, you tell them, say, well, look, these are false accusations. Okay? My reviews and my ratings should stand for something to tell you what type of individual that I am. Now, I do recall that someone asked me to take them to the drugstore, which was not included in the trip. So I told them that I could not do that. And because of that, that rider may have become vindictive and angry with you to put this false accusation on your account. And you explain to them that you feel you're hurt because your character's being chastised by them. Lyft the platform. Okay? Now, they're going to leave your account in block for 5 to 7 days, whenever they get around to you, okay? Once they reinstate your account, okay, because the false accusations are false accusations, okay? And they claim they're going to do some investigating, but what investigating is your word against that person's word? This goes to show you how this platform was created to favor the riders. Because the drivers don't have no say-so, there's no protection. Okay? Yeah, I know a whole bunch of people will say, well, just put a camera in there and this, that, and the third. Number one, cameras creep out the customers. Okay? Like I said, number two, everybody does not have the money to afford a camera. Okay? And even with you submitting the camera footage, your account is still in block for however many days they get around to it. So you're being taken off the platform for false accusations regardless. So try to keep your composure, people, new drivers and future drivers. Keep your composure as much as you can and explain to them that this did not happen, that you did not say, do, or threaten anybody. You don't drink alcohol, or you do not drink alcohol when you're on the job, okay? Okay, so once they reinstate your account within a couple of days, they're going to threaten you. What I mean by that is they're going to tell you that they're going to reinstate your account. But if this happens again, that you can be permanently removed from the platform as a driver. Now, these are false accusations. Not once will they apologize to you and do a reverse investigation to make sure, to see that this rider hurled false accusations towards you and to deal with them accordingly. They don't do that. Once they don't get the information that they need from the rider, because they ask the rider for proof. I know that's what they do. When the rider can't give them proof, they reinstate your account and they threaten you. Okay? So you feel so bad because your character has been chastised. You already out here on a daily basis trying to learn how to be a Lyft driver and deal with making these low fares and being used like a train on a train track sitting in someone's front room. Just keep on going around the block and going way around here and over there for barely no money at all. You understand what I'm saying? That not only, and then on top of that, you don't have no say-so. We don't have a voice as drivers. Then a customer can put any type of false accusation towards you, and they immediately put your account in block, which cuts your earning potential off due to false accusations. I want you new drivers and you future drivers to understand this, that stand up for yourself, okay? Do not allow these customers to be disrespectful. Do not allow these customers to take control of your vehicle as they enter in their ride, throughout their ride. Don't allow it, okay? If you become uncomfortable, you have the ultimate power, and you just pull over to a parking lot or somewhere safe on the side of the road, and you say, with all due respect, sir, ma'am, you're making me very uncomfortable. I'm no longer going to continue in this ride. I'm going to cancel this trip. You will get your money back, but I want you to exit the vehicle immediately. Plain and simple as that. You don't have to cuss them out and say, hey, get out my car, all that stuff like that. Just tell them that you're making me uncomfortable. I refuse to take you any further. I'm going to cancel this trip, and I would like for you to exit the vehicle immediately. Plain and simple as that. That is your solution, okay? Now, as far as you can't stop riders from being vindictive if they want to be spiteful. Because you know you'll be riding down the street and a rider will say, hey, can you take me to that hair store in that shopping center over there? Now you're going straight down the street. You're not going to pass the hair store. You got to make a U-turn and go back to the next shopping center to get in the hair store. You tell them, say, no, I'm not going to make a U-turn and do that. No. Okay, they get mad with you. Okay? And it's the same process all over again. When they get out the car, the motherfucker ran 2 red lights. He ran 2 red lights, so he ran 3 stop signs, and he was speeding. And then here we go again. You're back in block. Your account is back in block. And here you go explaining yourself again. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the things that they do to the drivers. This is how the drivers are treated. Now, you know the customers are not going to treat you too good. Not all of them, okay? But Lyft, the platform, who you slave for, because the money that we're making crumbs, okay? So the money that we're making may benefit us for a small period of time, right? But after gas and maintenance, we're coming up with crumbs. Whatever little bit we have left, we spend it. There's nothing sustainable, okay, about this business that makes someone want to, dive in and go hard for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not telling you not to be a good driver. I'm telling you to understand that these riders will be vindictive if you tell them that you cannot stop here, there, or nowhere for them because it's not included in the trip. You're out here as a driver to make money, okay? Now, if you're going down the street here and someone say, hey, excuse me, can I stop right there for 1 second? I'm only going to be in there 1 minute and I'm coming right back out. You say, sure, man. You pull over, you let them go in the store. If they in that store more than what they told you, you cancel the trip and you pull off. Now, here's the tricky part. Some of them does this. They'll get out the car and actually can they run in the store and leave their book bag or a couple of bags of theirs in the car. You tell them, say, sir, if you're going to go in that store for however long you need to go in there, take your bags with you. Because if you don't come out in the time that you told me you will, I'm going to pull off. This is a business for me, and I don't have no time to waste. You know what I'm saying? You're doing them a favor, but every time you do someone a favor, it come back to bite you in your ass. So you have to make sure that you do not allow these people to take advantage of us. We're already being taken advantage of by the platform itself. Okay, and the riders will do things to take advantage of you all the time, because there's gray areas all over the platform that allows the riders to just take advantage of the drivers. You know what I'm saying? But only thing I can tell you to do in this situation is to understand how these riders can become vindictive. And there's nothing that you can actually do about it. Because, you know what I'm saying, you're going to run into this, you know, at some point as a driver. As a new driver, you're going to run into this at some point. I want to prepare you on what to look for, how they're going to become vindictive. You know what I mean? And also how, if you feel uncomfortable, you can cancel the trip. Plain and simple. There's no need to ponder and be nervous. Just pull over to the nearest parking lot or the nearest safe spot on the side of the road, and you tell them, you say, "Excuse me, sir, I'm canceling this trip. You're making me uncomfortable. Excuse me, ma'am, I'm canceling this trip. You're making me very uncomfortable. I do not want to drive you any further. Cancel the trip and please exit the vehicle." Plain and simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Vindictive riders, they do their damage to you when they get out of the vehicle. Yeah, I'm going to fix his ass, or I'm going to fix her ass. You know what I'm saying? She could have stopped me at the store. This, that, and the third. She could have stopped me at the drugstore. He could have stopped me at the drugstore. So what they do, they go in there, give you the less star, leave you 1 star. And then what they do, hey, ran through 2 red lights, smelled like alcohol, was falling asleep, was doing this. You in block. You understand what I'm saying? Now you're explaining yourself. So, like I said, exercise your right there. When someone becomes difficult in any way that makes you feel uncomfortable, push the cancel button. Pull over to the side of the road or parking lot and tell them to exit the vehicle. That's your power. That's the only power that we have as a driver. Okay? So I hope that this video will help you new drivers and you future drivers on the Lyft platform. You know, I would also like for you all to take time and look at some of my other videos, because I pretty much got a lot of things that I have covered in my videos, whether they're long form or short form. Okay? There's a little entertainment in there on my channel as well. Can't be all about business all the time. You got to have a little fun sometime, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. I would like to ask you all that may watch this video to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can stay in the loop to get my newest video as I put them out. Okay, I'm going to be dropping some wonderful tips on some great topics and about things that's going to happen to you in the vehicle as a driver, as a new and future Lyft driver. Okay? So, hey man, like I said, I'm getting better with this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, one day at a time. My goal is to educate you new and future drivers and entertain a little bit as well. So, you know, my videos are for everyone, but specifically for new and future drivers. If you take time and look at my videos, you're going to get the answers to the things that you need, okay? About the issues that you may run across in your vehicle. I'm going to try my best to touch on everything that's going to happen inside this vehicle. I'm not doing any ride-alongs, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to bring it to you as raw as I can. Once again, people, you all have a beautiful Friday. To all my fellow drivers, man, I hope you get plenty bread today. You know what I'm saying? And until the next time, let's get this bread, baby.